It's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
ACB, we're in focus today with Barb Koehnke, General Manager of Maplehurst Farms. Welcome, Barb. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you for joining.
Barb, talk to us a little bit about your background, how you got involved with Maplehurst, and maybe what your role and responsibility is now as you're now in the General Manager role.
Well, I've been in the ag industry for a long time. My parents and my family actually had a grain elevator growing up. So we exported variety soybeans to the Japanese food market for over 20 years.
Wow.
I actually became an accountant, CPA, out of college, worked public accounting for a few years, came back to the family business and was a controller there. At some point then we decided to exit the elevator business, and Maplehurst purchased our facility. So I moved to Maplehurst and was the controller here for over 18 years, I guess. I've been with Maplehurst now 21, and just been the general manager for the last year. So,
well, it's interesting. Chris and I have we recorded a couple of videos with our local community foundation talking about the rural communities, talking about the farm ground and all of the organizations that make Illinois run. When you really think of the ag community. So when we hear Maplehurst Farms, though, it's not just a small little farm with some crops and some cattle. This is something more significant. So it's probably a misnomer when we say just farm in terms of the operation. So would you talk a little bit about the background of Maplehurst and really what you do? Because it's much greater than what people might think of as a farm in our rural communities.
Right. So Maplehurst Farms actually was incorporated in 1978, but it stems back much further than that. The family history here came from, I'll just try to give a quick synopsis. One of the original owners came here on an orphan train out of Chicago when it was a big social experiment to help with the youth that maybe had lost parents. And this has been back in the 1800s. But so a local family had taken that individual in, and he was able to purchase some land here as he grew and became a part of the community. The farm itself is kind of transitioned, I guess is a better word, over the years. Was a vegetable farm, was a stock farm, and then, like I said, in 78 we became incorporated to Maplehurst Farms. We've grown. Initially started as one location. We have 11 locations now to our name. We are basically just corn and soybeans and wheat. We have a full service agronomy department, and we have a fleet of around 25 to 28 trucks that we run. So we are a full service elevator.
See, and I think that's fantastic too, because you've taken the family farm, you've transitioned it into something now that is serving a lot more of those smaller farms or maybe even large ones, but it's not something where we've seen the organization just sell out and disappear and lose that history that's tied to Northern Illinois.
No, I mean, that is something that's very the ownership is still family run, family owned, and they feel very strongly in maintaining that. So, that's kind of my charge, to just be able to lead this company forward, so that it's here for the next generation of Carmichael's of family. So
absolutely. Chris, you've got a couple of questions, I think, on opportunities you wanted to talk through. So
yeah, I think my first one, Barb, is no different than any organization. We're all trying to find talent. Are there any openings? And if there are, how does somebody find you to figure out what kind of jobs are actually available?
Yeah, well, we always are entertaining good candidates, because, like you said, it is a challenge to find and retain people. So we have openings on grain origination side, which is purchasing grain from farmers. We've got agronomy sales, agronomy operations, applicators, and on the agronomy side as well. Right. Drivers is another position, mechanics. So, and grain up. I mean, we kind of have a full service of opportunities that are here for the right individual. So,
yeah, no, and I think, just like you said, you're probably always trying to find new hires and grow the organization. But I've got to think too, you're going to be losing some talent to retirement at some point as well. So in trying to transfer that knowledge, not just to a new employee, but just really passing along that experience.
Correct. And that's kind of where we're looking at right now, filling that pipeline, because yes, we do have retirements that have come come up quickly. We've got a few that are down the pike,
Yeah.
10 years. And so if we don't have the right people in place following up behind them, that makes it just that more of a challenge to continue to, do the business. So
Yeah. Now, and as we're recording this is early September, so you're gearing up for what would be a busy season with harvest. Do you see the workforce grow during that time? Or are you seeing most of these jobs be year round when you're looking at trying to hire?
the ones I mentioned are generally a year-round one,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
during harvest and during spring, harvest more so than spring, but we do bump up. We hire a lot of seasonal scale help, seasonal operations help for because a number of our facilities, they are just seasonal. They're open in the fall
Right.
and then when we ship out again. So it's not, those aren't year round, but yeah, we'll bump up a good 20, 30, 40 people sometimes
Wow.
in the fall.
No, that's good. So yeah, we'll certainly post a link to the website and try to highlight some of those opportunities that are there.
Mhm.
But thanks for sharing a little bit of your background. I know, Chris, you've got your favorite question to finish up our In Focus interviews as you go through. So we'll put Barb on the hot seat with this one.
All right, Barb. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. It's been difficult. It's been challenging. Is there a motto that either personally or from Maplehurst that gets you through those tough days?
Well, Maplehurst motto is big enough to serve you, small enough to know you. So
Like
we
that.
are a large company and we are here. We have the capability of servicing small farmers and large farmers.
Right.
But we like to consider ourselves small enough that we know all of our customers.
Yeah.
We know their families, we know their dogs or animals or whatever,
Yeah.
So we have that personal connection. Um, Personally, I don't know if I have a one motto. I just am a positive person. So I'm always looking at being an optimist. I do realize I have that realism going on. I get that there are challenges, but I'm a glass half full kind of person. So
No, I think we've realized that getting to know you
Yes.
and just talking with you that you
Yes.
certainly bring that positive attitude. And I love the Maplehurst motto. I think that is so important for the ag community, especially in Illinois. I mean, that's how we connect with our communities and support each other through that. So well done with that. I think that's a great motto.
well, thank you.
Well, Barb, we appreciate spending some time
Thank
getting
you.
to know you and spending some time in focus with Chris and I. Thanks for being a guest this morning.
Thank
You're
you,
very
Barb.
welcome. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. Good to see you.
All right, take care.
Bye bye.